folks. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 1 of the Cabana podcast. We've got quite a few people in here today, and we're going to get around the table here in a second and introduce some of these fine folks. They're laughing about that one. But anyway, over here to my left, we've got our furry pal, Topher.
Hey everybody, it is I, your furry pal Topher. Ha ha!
Perfect there. And then behind the camera here, we have Lucas, who is, as well, you see him from time to time at the venue, but you're going to have to try to stick your head around this corner and say, hey.
I mean, I can poke off to this one, sort of, kind of. I'm not really on camera, whatever.
There we go.
You will be.
We'll get you there.
We'll figure it out eventually.
We'll get you there. And then to his side there, we've got our head of security, my little brother, Bud. And then next to him, we've got Miss Kim here, who is our general manager.
And most misbehaved, and generally most well-behaved at other times. Don't ask.
Yeah, something like that.
Resident dumpster fire.
Yes. Next to her, we've got the newest addition here, Mr. Noah.
Howdy.
How you doing?
Our partner in crime at Skullspliter Spirits Distillery.
Yes, sir. Tired, but am here.
It is. I can imagine. You got a lot going on today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can see that. So, you want to start out with any questions you got for anybody here?
Oh, God. Yeah. I should have prepped better for this.
It's okay, furry pal.
I have a question for you.
Oh.
Mana.
Yeah, exactly, the furry thing. I mean, I could really go on.
You know, it was just something I did in one of last year's podcasts. I've been a fan of voice actors, and Mel Blanc, the man of 1,000 voices, you know, I've always been able to do, not necessarily what is the word? It just flew right out of my head. Impressions, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. It flew into mine.
Yeah. There we go. After 4 years, we got that connection.
It happens.
Yeah, Mel Blanc was always a hero of mine. And as a kid growing up, I watched all the Looney Tunes and Warner Brothers and all that. And my favorite thing was to try and emulate the voices of the characters. And Sesame Street, where Grover comes from. And that's just one of the things that I do. I came out with the Grover voice at one of the intros, trying to be funny, and it kind of stuck.
I think I might have actually been there when you did that.
Probably.
But I was just like, wow, that just, and it's been here since.
Yeah.
It's just the thing is that you are known for this now.
Oh, well. Maybe that'll help jumpstart my voiceover career. Who knows?
Okay.
Could be known for worse.
There you go.
I have been.
So the big question this year has been, why do we have to move?
Tweakers.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That sums it up very well.
I mean, because if you look at it, like I have private security guards and police officers on my staff of security.
Yep.
And the local riffraff didn't like that because we had more heat, Boone County coming out and everything else, so they couldn't have their illicit crap going on in a residential neighborhood full of children.
Yep.
Exactly.
So they had us reported, and we're like, screw you, we're just going to do better.
Yep.
So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, overall, we are typically live and let live. Don't bring your drama to us. Keep it on your property. The point is,
moving out of there,
we want to actually kind of just leave people be when we're doing our own thing.
Yeah.
the one thing I do miss is having the local neighbors and everything just like calling us, being, hey, that was a really good band.
Yeah. I get a lot of that still. They ask about it all the time.
Last Christmas's family that we adopted.
Yeah.
Remember, she could actually hear us from
her back porch.
And that made me so sad knowing she wouldn't be able to hear that again. And that just broke my heart, honestly.
Bonfires needed.
Yeah.
So maybe some type of
with
music.
actual, bands, some of our locals coming. I mean, I that is one thing I do miss. I'm thankful for where we are, most definitely, but just the people who are missing out on that now.
The
That kinda
ambiance.
gets to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. The
Yeah.
ambiance of being able to fit 250 individuals in your backyard.
And us at the door going, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we went through all that work and all that expense. We got our business license.
Mm-hmm.
We got our merchant's license. We had made major improvements to
Yep.
the backyard
Yep.
And we had
to
a
make
lot
it
of
better for the
plans
customers.
For safety, for customers, for bands, for everything. We had a
Yep.
lot of plans that we were getting together.
And we
Yeah.
had one complaint from one neighbor
Who has tweets?
that wasn't, well, no, the ones behind the property
Oh, they are.
who I guarantee could not hear us
Oh,
as much as they said they
no.
could.
Mm-mm.
But one complaint from one neighbor to the county,
That's all it takes.
and
In
they
Boone
said,
County.
Yes,
shut it
welcome
down.
to Boone.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on the politics of the thing. Really.
Yeah. Well,
But, we went on the search
Yeah.
around to various locales in the Columbia area to try and stay close to where we were, and nobody wanted us.
No.
The 2 years we were operational in Columbia, both times made it into the best of Columbia. By popular vote, they didn't even start us off on the ballot. It was our customers that got us there. And Columbia, as much as they needed us in the capacity that we were giving the up-and-comers a place to perform, and we heard from them that, hey, they loved that opportunity because you couldn't do that at Blue Note, at Rose.
But we're not charging them. They're working with you personally with the sound system.
Yep.
Hey, can you adjust this, da 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 da, versus other venues. And we make not only our regular customers feel like family, but even the bands.
Oh, yeah.
We've got
You
bands
know?
that became regular customers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bands that have helped out when we've been short staffed, for goodness sake, who've even volunteered, like, yeah, I'll do it.
yeah, I've got
Like,
that.
you know
We've
what?
got that
Oh,
band.
okay.
We've got that band on in January that you're talking about. And
Yeah.
I happen to have their hat on right now.
I already knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know
one
what
of
I
our
mean?
rap artists is about one of my
Oh, yeah.
security staff.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and also working with me on another job. So I mean, we literally do get very, very close to people, no matter what side of the stage
Yeah.
they're on.
Right. But, Columbia didn't want us for whatever reason. And we went out on the search. And Noah and his grandpa and their crew out at Skullspliter was,
Which is a kick-ass venue.
I mean,
oh my
like,
God.
What? When you guys
they
first
were-
told me about that, I was just floored. I was absolutely floored.
I mean, I've been getting drunk there for like a decade.
But, you guys have got the moonshine. So
Yep.
we're not missing out on that anymore.
True.
We're indoors. So we're not
Yep.
weather dependent.
But access to the outdoors, if it
Yeah.
is a beautiful day, then guess what? The doors
Right.
stay up.
But really compatible with however we want to do it,
Yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
and I do want to point out it was our mutual friend Nick Boggs is kind of what
Yeah.
made the connection to get y'all up
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, I was good. That was my next question. Was how did you find out about what was going on with us?
Well, Nick Boggs is a friend of mine and friend of my dad's, and I knew we have mutual music, the same music taste, and
Yep.
I'd been meaning to come out to one of the shows at the old Cabana because, like I said, Nick had been advertising it, and I was like, well. I'd message a few of my friends and talk to Grandma and Grandpa. I'm like, what do you think about offering to host them? Because it seemed like, I think that was right when you all were like, well, if we don't find it in a couple days, we're just done.
We're pretty well shot.
So I messaged Nick, and I think y'all came by the next weekend, and
Yeah.
we've had like 10 or 12 shows now.
At
Something
least,
like that.
yeah.
Something like
Well,
that.
Yeah,
Something like that.
at least, yeah. It's
I
been
it's literally my job to keep the count like 12.
12.
Make sure I have staff for every one of them.
But,
Yeah.
it's an awesome location. It's a great venue.
The sound quality in there versus being outside is insane.
Yeah.
I can hear it all the way at the gas station.
Right?
It's
right?
like about
Which
a
it-
mile.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a
wow.
mile away.
Uh-huh.
Well, we'd been wanting to do something like that for a long time. That was kind of said like my father got me into the rock and roll and stuff, and we'd always wanted to start hosting music. And so that's part of why when I seen that post, I said, well, here's the chance.
There's your shot right there. Yeah. And, you know, the good thing with us, we play all genres.
Right.
So everybody's got a taste of everything. You know, they can, you
Yep.
know. So, yeah, that's a major plus. I know, of course, I know what your favorite genre is.
Oh, yeah.
We've got
It's-
another one
I
coming
mean, it's
up.
not the most Higby favorable genre, but you know.
Yeah, but we do have another one coming up in April. So, yeah.
See, you guys jumped on one of my questions.
Oh, you go ahead. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What-
Think of some questions to ask, and then you ask my question.
all right. So, what was that question? I'm curious.
Well, no, you touched on the genre of music, you know. But hey, I can throw another one. Do you have a favorite artist, band, or instrument?
You know, and if we get some of those, my brother and my friend in here, they might have some funny answers on this too. But I'd say our favorite band right now. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Crowbot.
Yeah,
I've heard of them.
Yeah, I bet we've seen them 5 or 6 times, and anytime they're in the Missouri sphere or can't even on the close side of Kansas or Illinois, we go and see them. We've seen them with I think they opened for Gwar, or they were with Gwar
Okay.
a couple months this last year.
Yeah.
We've seen them with Steel Panther, and
I saw him with Steel Panther.
seen them up at we went to Rockfest in Wisconsin, seen them there. I think they also were technically on the same stage as Steel Panther. So there's another answer for you, Steel Panther.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
His
I've
favorite
gotten more into
Wayne
country
Bride.
music lately,
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
Guarantee his favorite.
But
song is Wayne
I'd-
Bride.
still more of a rock and roll guy.
Yeah.
So, for the benefit of our audience that may not have been out to the new Cabana location at Skull Splitters, what's the address?
9603 Highway B, Higbee, Missouri.
There we go.
So we're just outside the city limits of town on the Moberly side.
Yep, about 50 foot outside the city.
Yeah,
limits.
I'm pretty sure it's the street right there.
Yeah. So you're right there.
That's partially by design.
I can understand. Yeah, and once again, I'm thankful that you are in the county, because then with our end of things, we would have had to do things a little differently.
Right.
That's
City
a whole bunch
council.
of red tape to go through.
Yeah.
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 Well, and then Randolph as a whole, there's not a lot of red tape.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a good thing.
So, and then Higbee compared to Columbia has not got any red tape. But,
Well, Higbee compared to Columbia would fit in my neighborhood.
right.
But I mean, Higby's been great to us. They welcomed us with open arms. The mayor is 100% behind us.
Yeah.
Hasn't the mayor been to one of our shows?
Not yet.
Oh,
Not
He's,
that I'm-
he's a busy guy.
Yeah.
he was planning to go to one of the shows.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was like I had a whole detail waiting for him.
Seriously?
We'll try our best to try to get him out there, for one of them shows here over the wintertime.
I'll be
Maybe get him to do some karaoke. You know,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. You all have any questions you would like to ask Noah?
No, not
No,
really.
not right. Everything's been touched on.
Well, no. Most of the things I say to Noah are definitely not going on this podcast.
Yeah, not going
That's
on. The
that's where the
podcast.
beep.
Yeah. Well, if you all don't mind, we'll let you all get out of here, and we're gonna bring in 2 more guests.
Cool, I got shit.
All right.
Toodles all.
And on that,
A word
here's
from
a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Christy Lockwood, a licensed real estate agent with Iron Gate Real Estate. If you are looking to sell or purchase a home in the Mid-Missouri area, I would love to assist you in that process. If you want to give me a call, 573-239-4401. I'd be more than happy to meet with you and see how I can assist you.
And we are back to the Sticky's Cabana podcast.
Yeah, and as y'all noticed, we've got a couple new faces in the room here. So if you don't mind, we just go around here and have y'all introduce yourselves.
I'm Josh. I graduated with Noah.
Yeah, that's Josh, but I'm Micah. I'm Noah's brother.
I'm sorry, both of y'all.
Whole lot of trouble.
or him.
It's been tough having
Yeah.
to know this guy for so long,
Yeah.
I swear.
Or vice versa, right?
Right.
Well, no, I'm
That's what it is.
Right.
is.
No, it's entirely I just take from Josh. He's just giving. It's that
That's
type
true.
of
Yeah.
I
friendship.
actually ran Skullsplitters first,
right.
and he just took it from me.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Josh helps.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Yeah,
He-
we
he drinks
see
more
y'all
than he
at every
helps.
show, pretty much. Almost every show, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Most of the
sure.
time. That's true.
Yeah, for sure. So, you guys have, seen what we do out there as well. Thoughts?
I like it. It's not necessarily my type of music most of the time, but it's got good vibes.
Sorry, we can't afford Taylor Swift.
It doesn't have to be Taylor Swift, Noah. It could be anybody. That is my type of music, though. I like country Taylor Swift.
We've signed Josh up for about 10 Taylor Swift songs karaoke night.
Karaoke night.
I am thinking about pulling up with a 10-song set.
Karaoke night's gonna be the big night.
That's the night I want to be there for sure. If I can't make it that night, it's gonna be sad.
Well, I think a couple shows that we have this winter are going to be mainly the karaoke show and also the dance.
Right.
I think that'll be a big thing because I had asked on the page on Facebook about what they thought of a dance, and it blew up.
Yeah, so that was one of the more popular suggestions.
Yeah,
I didn't even see that post.
Yeah.
that
I
sucker
can't
blew
dance
up.
though, so.
One of y'all were commenting on my post, and I appreciate it because I was in Facebook jail and I couldn't say anything. Yeah.
Yeah, those lovely 5-year-old posts that they go back and search and
Let's see if they ban your old account. You don't have to worry about those.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've been in Facebook jail twice this winter already. Fall, because we're not even in winter yet.
Nope.
See, I'd never been in Facebook jail. They just deleted my last account for
Did
whatever
they?
I don't know what I said, but they didn't like it.
They didn't like it. They put me in first time for 3 days and the second time for 24 hours. And it was right after, I'll bring up the next subject here, right after I had asked about what genre fits well
Right.
in around the Higbee-Moberly area. What would your all thoughts be on that one?
Obviously, kind of being out in the middle of nowhere, country's a really big part of it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the kind of 70s and 80s rock and roll has been suggested in a lot of those comments.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's Sean's band? Get them out there.
Oh, Stroke Race.
Yeah.
They're looking for a drummer, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't play drums, Josh.
Not very well.
There's a difference between owning a drum set and playing drums.
This is true.
Yeah.
Scotty and I have kind of been in talks about bringing the bomb back,
Mm-hmm.
which fits what you were saying. We did mostly bar band music,
Right.
the old 70s rock and roll,
Yeah, somebody
dabbled in some of the 90s metal.
Right.
You know, I covered Metallica and Alice in Chains.
There you go.
Scotty does the Megadeth.
Oh yeah.
You're talking about Mike's alley here.
Biggest mega
And
there is.
I would do the Charlie Daniels, the ZZ Top. We did Free. We did Bad Company.
Mellencamp.
Yeah, did Mellencamp. God, what all was in the set? We had, at the time I left the band and we disbanded, I think we had 350, 400 songs that we could pull from.
Man.
I mean, we generally had the same 50 or 60 in a
Right.
set list that we would cull from and do a show, but
So I think we had Stroke Race at a birthday party. I think they played about 4-hour blocks.
yeah.
So I had a whole bunch of stuff like that.
And that's what the bomb was able to do, but things just kind of fell apart.
As the way bands go.
But Scotty and I are still in communication, still talking, and since we lost the bassist and drummer, we are looking at reforming and finding some people. I won't say just guys, but we're looking for folks, a bass player and a drummer, and I don't know what Nick is doing, but I'm thinking
That'd
about
be a good
talking
one.
to him, and
So I never know what Nick's current band status is.
Right.
He's always doing
Nick.
something, but I'm not Nick Boggs.
Nick Boggs.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is a big Nick Boggs like guy here.
I can play the electric kazoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I play a mean triangle.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been going into Palin. I've been looking at those harmonicas real hard. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude at the last show played a mean harmonica.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk for that
For that
folky,
first
that
band?
folk band? Yeah.
He played a good harmonica.
Yeah. They were all both really good bands for sure. I wish they had a better crowd, for that one.
Really, the last however many shows, I feel like the bands have been all really solid. We just haven't gotten that's exactly the type of bands that hit people that will go to listen to. We
Yeah.
just haven't had the turnout.
Yeah, and we're like I said, we're doing some more avenues in advertising too. So we're now. I don't know if you guys noticed it or not. Is it up on the sign yet in Higbee?
I haven't looked.
Yeah, I haven't
I'll
seen it.
look when we go back through.
Yeah.
And then another thing, and this is more just strategy rather than maybe necessarily interesting podcast
Oh,
topic,
that's
but
good to go.
one of the suggestions people had was staying open later, and we're thinking about doing like a test day on like a Saturday in January where we're just open late as a bar kind of. And if that goes well, maybe we'll, we don't have to keep the mute. The bands don't have to play that late. It can just be like, well, hey, the bands are done at 10 like normal, and we'll have the bars open until midnight.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
so maybe,
I'll have to leave early. My bedtime's at 9.
well, that's up to you.
That's what's gonna happen.
But I don't know. So that's something we might try to have
Yeah.
wrapped up for the karaoke show or something.
Yeah, I think me and you were talking about that a little bit. Yeah, back and forth. Yeah. You want to tell folks about what our next show is? Do you know it off the top of your head?
No, I do not. I know it's our New Year's show.
Yeah, it's our New Year's Eve, or it's our version of New Year's
Eve,
Yeah, 'cause-
December 30th.
Yeah. It's going to be a rock bands, 2 rock bands. Back Road Odyssey out of Sedalia, they're a cover band. And Junta, the second place winner of Battle of the Bands. So yeah, that'll be a interesting show as well.
I'm gonna miss that show too.
What are you doing?
That's rock music too.
Yeah, I'm in Chicago that day.
That's rock music too.
I'm gonna miss. I didn't make it to Battle of the Bands or this, so I won't be able to hear. What was it? Junta?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Junta.
seeing them. I missed the battle.
I think
of
I
the
have
Bands,
them
so-
again in February.
Okay.
So
I'll try and make that one.
They were one of the ones that played C. They're pretty good.
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that show.
Yeah, they did a really good rendition of that.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, but yeah. Any other questions or anything? Any questions for us from you all?
Oh,
I know that's scary.
I should have prepared.
I didn't prepare.
Maybe if I come back on a later in
Yeah.
the season, I'll have some questions. for
Maybe
you
episode 2.
all. Right.
Episode 2, you'll be prepared.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But until then, I don't know. I'll be ready to. I'll interview you all next time.
Oh, yeah, that's what we need
we'll
for sure.
So we'll have Josh in your seat, and then I'll be in your seat.
Yeah.
We'll interview you
Yeah,
guys.
that'd be perfect, won't it?
Yeah, let me be on the board.
Yeah, he knows how to do it.
Yeah.
I was looking at it earlier. I was like, that's a nice board.
Yes, it is.
That's better than the ones I work with most of the time.
I mean, it's not nearly as massive as my Mackie 36 channel, but
Yeah.
it gets the job done.
Yeah.
It's a studio board. It's not live audio, so.
It's a good one for sure. You got anything to add to anything here?
Come out to our new location at Skullsplitters. I mean, we're indoors. We've got heat for the winter shows, and
cheap drinks.
it will
Yeah,
run
good
you
drinks.
out of that place.
Yeah, we sure will.
Yeah.
The entertainment's great. The vibe is awesome. From everything we've heard from the folks that are coming out, we're out in the country, but
Yeah. Food trucks at every event,
every event, yeah.
food vendors anyway, yeah.
And we're not gatekeepers, that's one of our big things is we let anybody come out and play.
Yeah.
Although I don't know we have many, if any, open dates right now.
Well, we got a few once we start getting into June.
Yeah, it seemed like
maybe one in August and something like that right now. And of course we haven't even touched on September, October. We haven't even thought about that yet,
Right.
But yeah, I actually do have a date that just opened up too in March. So that one's going to have to get filled fairly quickly. I think it's March 16th. Or no. It's
That's the one day
That's the one day that had to get changed. Yeah, that's the one day that got changed on it.
March is starting to be a busy month.
Yeah.
In my schedule.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I can get right to it real quick and just kind of curious, so we can let everybody know what date is open. It's March 23rd. I've got that open.
Okay.
If anybody wants in on that, they need to get a hold of me ASAP because that's not going to be around long. That's a quick
Right.
show. And then after that, the next available date that I have open is June 29th. So, yeah. And then we're going from 2 shows to 3 shows in May. Wow. Yeah.
My birthday month.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday. Yeah.
Well, and how would people be able to reach out? We have stickyscabana.com. Our contact information is there. We're on Facebook. Obviously, if you're watching this, you see us on YouTube. Where else are we at?
Instagram. The voice from the outside, by the way, y'all.
Spotify, we're on there as well.
Yeah.
I believe Apple Music.
Yeah.
Anywhere you can find your podcasts.
Yeah, iTunes, stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, but anyway, well, I guess that about wraps it up. What do you think?
What are we sitting at? 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're good to go there. So, yeah, wraps it up for us on this one. So, I guess looks like we'll catch y'all here next week.